welcome to Boardgames with Niramas. Today it's time for the top 10 list of 2017. Well, sort of what I'm looking forward most to in 2017. Which games are coming out that I really want to play and that I'm curious about. And this list is going to be a bit special because I know very little about many of these games. So it's going to be quite short and I'm mostly just going to mention the games. So you can go check them out if you want. I'm going to put all the links to the Board Game Geek pages for these games in the description down there, so you can go check it out for yourself. Some of them don't have that much info at all, and some of them I'm cheating a bit because I'm including some expansions here. Well, that's how I do it. Right, so let's get going, and we will start off, of course, with number 10. So my number 10 for what I'm looking forward to in 2017 is Charterstone. Charterstone, I don't know that much about the game, but it's sort of a legacy city building game. So you're going to put stickers on there on your city. You're going to chain things, and it's permanent. So that sounds really cool. I like the legacy aspects of games if the game is good as well. But this sounds really promising. So I'm hoping that that could be something to get playing. So that's my number 10, Charterstone. My number 9 is a game that's sort of already out there, but this is a new version, so it's Caverna. Caverna is a great game, I think, and now we're going to get one in 2-player mode. So it's not a regular Caverna, this is a 2-player game, and it has some subtitle in German that I don't want to try to pronounce, but it's looking nice, and of course it's from Uwe Rosenberg. And a 2-player version looks really fun. It's scaled down, so you only have a few dwarves, workers, and I think it could be really fun. I mean, I like playing regular Caverna as a 2-player game, so this is going to be exciting to get sort of really made for 2 players. So that's my number 9, Caverna for 2 players. So for my number 8, it is Rising Sun. Rising Sun is a game that's sort of starting to get a lot of buzz on the internet. It's a follow-up, I think you could say, to Blood Rage, if I got it right. It's Eric Lang, designer, and it looks really cool. I think I'm going to like this a lot. Sort of all these different mechanics mixed together, and the theme of the Japan with all the samurais and all that looks really cool. So that's a game that I'm looking forward to, and I think I'm going to like it. So that's my number 8, Rising Sun. My number 7 is a game that was on Kickstarter last year. So I think it's coming this year actually, and it's This War of Mine. This game is based on the computer game This War of Mine, where you sort of, I mean, it sounds a bit terrible, but you're sort of playing the civilians in a war. So you're in the war, but you have no control. You're living in this house that's sort of been bombed, and you have to cover up those holes in the walls and all that, and it's sort of in 2 phases. So first you have the sort of during the day where you can you're going to work on your house. You're going to you need to make food for your people. You need to maybe someone is injured. You need to heal, get bandages and so on. And you will have neighbors and people coming over, trading with you or asking for medicine, and it's all of this moral dilemmas. The kids coming over asking for medicine for their sick mom, and are you going to give them medicine? I mean, you need the medicine for yourself. If you don't help them out, then perhaps some of your people living there that you control are going to get depressed. If they get too depressed, you might lose them. They might hang themselves. Really a serious game, this. Really terrible. But I mean, you could argue that why would you, as a amusement, play something like this? But on the other hand, you could see it as you get an insight sort of in thinking how these people have it. And then during the night phase, you can send your people out to scavenge for supplies, but also you could get attacked by raiders, so you maybe need to defend yourself. You need to have some weapons and so on. And I mean, in the PC game, I really love it because when you're sort of getting into a fight and you have a pistol, it's not like you're in Call of Duty and you're going to shoot perfectly. It's going to be really hard to control, meaning the shaking and all that. Really well done, and I think they would translate that into the board game. You will have these cards that sort of gives you decisions to make on are we going to help someone, or are we not going to, and it's a cooperative game. But they have a system where sort of you take turns being the one to decide if you're not agreeing. So that looks really good, because some cooperative games I don't like when you have to sort of have this long debates about every decision. But in this game, I think they solved that. So this war of mine, that is my number 7 that I'm looking forward to. So my number 6 that I'm looking forward to is Anachrony. I think it's pronounced like that, Anachrony. It's sort of a time travel worker placement game. So you're in the city and you get information from the future from your time traveling self, I guess. So you know that the city there's going to be a big disaster. It's going to strike the city. So if you can send things back in time to yourself, so that you can try to prevent it, I think. It looks really interesting. Mind Clash Games releasing it, and yeah, so I think that could be a good one. I mean, I love worker placement and I love time travel as a theme, so it sounds good for me. So that's Anachrony, my number 6. Right, so my number 5, and now we get into the whole expansion cheating here. So my number 5 that I'm looking forward to in 2017 is Time Stories expansions. And so it's not just one even, I'm cheating a lot here for a list. But first of all, and it's already out, is Endurance. I don't want to know almost anything about these expansions because that would ruin something for me. So I don't know that much about them, but I know that Endurance is sort of taking place during World War One, and it's up in the North Pole or something, and you're going to go into, I think, a submarine or a ship or something, and yeah, it looks really exciting. Then we're going to get Lumen Fidei, which is going to be medieval in Spain, and it seems like it's going to be some sort of infiltrating the church and everything. It looks really nice. Then we have Estrella Drive. I'm not sure all of these are coming in 2017, by the way, but they have been announced to do so. So Estrella Drive is going to take place in Hollywood and be about show business. Sounds like a totally different theme from the other ones, so that could be interesting. I have no idea if it's sort of what the goal is of the game, but it sounds interesting. And finally, it's this is in French. So let's see, Frères de la Côte, I think. And it's going to be about pirates in the 17th century, so that might be the one that I'm looking forward to the most, I guess. I mean, all of them sounds, so exciting, so I just want to play them all. So that's my number 5, sort of, 4 different expansions for Time Stories. So my number 4 that I'm looking forward to is the expansion, again I'm cheating, expansion for Terraforming Mars. Terraforming Mars is a game that I mean, the first time I played it, I was just amazed, and now I played it a bunch of times, and I'm still amazed by it. It's so good. I really love it, and so getting an expansion for it. I think it's coming in June. It's Trixilius Games, and it looks really cool. The things that I read about it. We're going to get some new boards. I think two. One board that's two-sided. So with it comes new milestones and new achievements. So I mean, just makes it interesting, and that's sort of what I know about it. But it looks really cool. I think it's good. I mean, just changing the map around, having water and so many different spots, and I just doing that is going to be a really fun variation to the game that is already so much variation in. So really looking forward to that. My number 4, Terraforming Mars expansion. So for my number 3, it's sort of, I think, no surprise. I think this is one of the games from 2017 that a lot of people is looking forward to. It's Pandemic Legacy Season 2. So we're going to get another season, and I don't know anything about this, and I don't want to know anything about it. I just want to play it. But I mean, Season 1 was just great, and I think that this is going to be even more amazing in many ways because, well, I don't know. I mean, in one way you could say it's hard to, if you did a good number 1 or something, then the following, I mean, in a movie or whatever, it could be hard to match that. But I think they got some input from the first one, and they got to, it sold so good. So I think Pandemic Legacy Season 2, my number 3, I think it's going to be really cool. So for my number 2, it's a game that is sort of, you can already pre-order it actually. I think it's in a way it's a follow-up to Robinson Crusoe, and it's First Martians, and it comes from Ignishi Portal Games. Looks really cool. I've seen a lot about it on the internet. I think I was about to pre-order it, but then I got this. I'm gonna wait a bit, see if they get the stretch goals and everything. It looks really nice. You're going to try to survive on Mars. There's a lot of Mars theme going on, Mars and Vikings, but I don't mind. I love Mars theme. I love this whole. I mean, it's space and it's sort of sci-fi, but at the same time, there's this feeling of it might not be that far away. I mean, before I die, I might be able to watch TV when they land on Mars and all that in reality. So yeah, that's going to be cool. You're going to have this, have the vehicles. You're going to have a base. Go out and explore and gather stuff and so on, and try to survive there. So and it's going to have, I mean, one of the really nice things about it, it's going to have an app. So you're going to get scenarios from the app, and of course then they can expand it digitally. So I guess you can purchase new scenarios and so on on your iPad or whatever. So that looks really nice. Looks like a game I'm going to be playing a lot, I think, this summer. So that's First Martians, my number 2. So for the number 1 game that I'm looking forward to in 2017, well, of course, it's Terra Mystica Gaia. This game, I mean, just getting a new Terra Mystica, I can't imagine that it wouldn't be good. It's just, Terra Mystica is such a great game, and here we go. I mean, we're going to space, which is not really, I mean, I prefer really the fantasy or historical theme. But we're going to be in space, 14 different factions again, 7 different planets types that they want to live on. So you're going to have to terraform, but you're going to have some new things that looks really cool. It sounds really cool. So you're going to be able to improve your skills in a number of different areas. I guess it's sort of like you can improve your shipping and your shovel in Terra Mystica, but here you're going to have more than 2. And of course, the different factions are going to have different abilities and special stuff. This is just so cool. I can't wait for this. So I guess this is going to be one of the really good ones this year. Or I mean, perhaps I will get disappointed, but I don't think so. Terra Mystica Gaia, my #1 game that I'm looking forward to. Asmodee, of course, publishing, and it's Jens Brügge Miller and Helge Ostertag designing. And I love the base game, I love the expansion, Fire and Ice, and Draco loves it as well, because there's dragons in it. And I don't think there's going to be any dragons in space, though, so we'll see how Draco will deal with that. But I'm looking forward to that, Terra Mystica Gaia. And that was my list. It was quite hard for me to do this list, actually, because the last few weeks, or months, actually, we're already in February now, I spent so much time just playing games and filming games. So I haven't really had that much time to look into, to read about new games. But I did it now a bit, and some of them, of course, the top ones here, I think are going to be really good. And then, this is just 10 games, or it's even some expansions here. So there's going to be a bunch of games that I'm going to love, probably, that I don't know about right now. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be really, really cool with the, Gen Con and the Essen Spiel, see what's released there. So that was my list for games that I look forward to in 2017. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to put all the links down in the description so you can go check it out. And also, I hope that I will get to play all of these games, and I hope you will too, because they look really nice. So thank you for watching. Have a nice evening or morning, or whenever you're watching this. Take care. Bye bye.